Okay, my earlier video, I think I did something and did not save it, so you probably can't look up my earlier link. So thank you for joining, whoever it is. And if you're around here watching this, say hi and tell me where you're from. I posted about 26 days of nonstop videos, which was like a feat for me. It was like something like an achievement. I have never ever posted. I've never thought that I could post on a daily basis. And I'm not someone who records 3 or 4 videos at a time and then schedule it for the following days or following week. I'm not someone like that. I don't have the bandwidth to make so many videos at a time and editing it all together, or even, so I prefer to do one day ahead before I post it for the next day. That's how I always plan my videos, one or maximum two. Even making 2 videos, I have to really plan. But 26 days of non-stop videos, I never expected it. So that's something new that I've learned about myself, that yes, if I want to do it, I can get it done. Probably it's just laziness when sometimes I tend to give excuses where no, I can't do this, I can't do that. But yeah, I guess all of us are like that. If we make up our mind to do something, then we do it. But unfortunately, this past weekend, I didn't even have the time to open up my laptop or log into YouTube or check anything. It was so maddening at home. So many pending chores, kids, and things that I had to complete, which I hadn't completed in a long time. All of those things really mounted up on me, and I decided that I should take a break. So that's when my non-stop video stopped at day 26. So before I start making videos again, I thought I would just come live and talk to you all. So whoever is live out here, say hi. I would invite, like I always say. And thank you for joining. So yeah, in India, we've kind of brought down our restrictions. We are on our unlockdown phase 3.0. And I think offices, corporates are allowed to at least call in about 75% of staff into their workforce, basically. So it's back to square one. You go out on the road, there are a million people on the road. There are thousands of vehicles on the road, which weren't there at all the last few months. Yeah, the last 4 months, since March 23rd, there was not a soul on the road. We could hear the birds chirping every morning, which I hadn't heard in a long, long time, many, many years. That was really beautiful those last 4 months. But now it's back to square one. Hi, thank you for joining from the UK. Only me and 58. Thank you very much. I see that you've just subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for that as well. And I hope you continue to watch videos and give me feedback as well on what you want to watch further, or if you want something to be reacted to, or if you like something, I'd be happy to know. So like I was saying, yeah, unlockdown has been okay to a lot of people, not so okay to many. We're still trying to get used to such a changed lifestyle from what it was pre-COVID to what it is right now. I wonder if we will all get back to what it was like before. But I guess eventually we'll all get used to it, right? So that's COVID news. And as far as travels are concerned, no travels for now, for me at least. For those of you who know, I'm in the travel industry. I accompany groups. I'm a tour leader. I go along with Indian groups to various countries. That's what I do for a profession. But I guess for the next few months, no work. Work only at home. So that's news from my end on work front. Apart from that, even though there are no travels in terms of work, I'd love to go on some vacation somewhere very far, far, far away. Yeah, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. That's something that I dream. I really want this vacation, something that I deserve, totally deserve. And if possible, all by myself. I love these solo trips. I like going alone. I like being by my own. Sometimes it helps me think, ponder, and reflect. So, yeah. If you like traveling, do leave a comment on where you would like to travel, or if you have any suggestions, then please do let me know. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it. I hope you get to explore more of my reaction posts, even though in between I did take a break from reactions. I guess I was trying to find out what really works for my channel, and I think reactions do work pretty okay for me. And yeah, so if you're new to my channel, then yes, the first ever reaction that I did was for Disturbed, the cover song of The Sound of Silence by David Dryman, followed by, I did a couple of trailers. I did a trailer reaction for God of, what's that? God of Honor? No, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. And then a couple of movie trailer reactions. One was this horror movie, and then Frozen, all of those. And then I started to do reactions for Nightwish, the symphonic metal band. I love them. And then I did a few reactions for one for Chris Cornell's song and Billy Joel, and then a couple of others. Elton John, the most recent metallic band that I was made to discover was Baby Metal. I should have done that earlier. So Baby Metal, and the past week has been very eye-opening for me. I did a reaction for Korn. I've never heard of their band as well before, so Korn was a good one. And then there's this other musician, a Viking, what's his name? Teddy Swims. So, and then another Indonesian singer who's absolutely amazing. I mean, if you see the reaction of this Indonesian singer, he's done a fantastic job. I think he was probably just a layman sitting inside his home with a smoke in his hand and then sipping on his coffee and sitting on the floor and singing. So beautiful. But I suppose I learned later that he's actually been sponsored by a Malaysian company right now, and he's become a celebrity already. So if you've not watched that song reaction, you should watch it. That's a good one. It was posted last week. And I also started to watch Tarja. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Tarja or Tara, the earlier vocalist from Nightwish band, who's all by herself right now. So I've done one of her songs, Phantom of Opera, which I loved. Disturb. Yes. Yes, I think I did the Conan version, right? Yeah, I did. And it was quite intense. I still remember I have Disturbed when I did it. That was my first ever reaction video, first ever YouTube channel, first ever reaction. And this friend of mine who actually motivated me to start this channel also sent me the song. He said, just do this, because I was so stuck. I didn't know what to start with. So he said, do this. And when I played it, I kind of knew that I had already listened or heard that voice and the song. It was very familiar. And then I recollected, and it was beautiful, very, very beautiful, very intense. I still remember how emotional I got with that song. I mean, I tend to get very emotional with a lot of songs because I tend to relate to it and I connect with it so deeply. Sometimes it affects me so much, these reactions. Sometimes it works on my mind much after I've completed the reaction. So probably that's also one reason why I take a break in between each of these reactions, and I don't work like a robot where I make one reaction, okay, let's go to the other one, okay, let's go. No, I don't work that way. I take my time. It has to go into me, into my system. So unless I'm really ready to watch a song and feel myself in it, whether I like it or not. And luckily, all the songs that have been suggested to me, almost 90-95% of the songs that have been suggested to me, I've thoroughly enjoyed them. I can't really name even one where I felt that it's really not. Probably there's a couple of them where I did feel I had this duh moment wherein I wasn't sure what was really happening, which you can definitely know. For those of you who've been seeing my reactions will definitely know when I have those, because it shows on my face. Something that I can't hide is my expression. So if I'm angry, I show anger. If I'm jealous, I show jealousy. If I'm happy, I show happiness. So that's how I am. So I guess there have been a couple of instances where a couple of songs, even though I've been nice and said good things, but my expressions do show that it's probably not my taste. And my friends have got back to me saying, we know what you really felt. So talking about friends, I have a handful of friends who actually know about my YouTube channel. Not everybody knows about my YouTube channel so far. So it's amazing how people who live across the world, who I don't know at all, who don't know me at all, or I guess every YouTuber or every person who has a channel might say this. It's amazing how people connect with you, support you, help you grow your channel, and help you by listening and watching. Thank you for joining, Rick. Namaste. Yeah, namaste is a universal term used in India, like saying hello. And in my language, I speak Tamil. Tamil is my native language. We say vanakkam, even though I don't use that word so often. So if you did this full time, yes, I understand. Yes, I think a little bit of break here and there definitely did good to me. But I did take a long break when I was traveling on work. I actually took a pretty long break. If you see my videos, my past videos, you would notice that in between, I think somewhere around August, September last year, I did take a bit of a break when I was back home. And so when you travel for about 2-3 months or 3-4 months continuously, and those 3-4 months is continuous work, you don't really get off in between, not really. So while you're at work, you're very strong, you're bubbly, you have guests coming, you have to take care of them and things like that. But once you're back, it hits you hard. That's when you really get tired. So normally when I get back, I take at least a week off. I'm tired to the core. So that's when I kind of laxed a bit last year, and I took a break from doing reactions. There were a couple of other things that I was trying to deal with as well. And then I realized, okay, I need to do something to keep me occupied. And I did a bit of cooking videos at the beginning of the lockdown. And then I used to post a few travel videos, which I'm not so good at editing those travel videos. I don't think I'm so good at those travel vlogs, but I guess once I start traveling, I probably need to figure out a way and see if I can make better travel vlogs. Yeah. So is there any suggestion for me? If you guys ever have any suggestions for me, please do leave a comment on any of the videos that you watch, because I make sure that I read all the comments, and I also maintain a separate file for all the suggestions that I get. No, Pink Floyd, I guess I have heard Pink Floyd songs when I was a teenager. I think 17, 18. I did listen to a couple of their songs. At that point in time, it didn't make much sense to me. Honestly, it didn't really make, even though my other friends who suggested, they were going gaga, they were really all praise for the band, but I guess I wasn't really into such genre of songs. But yes, Pink Floyd is on my list. But thank you for the suggestion. Nobody really suggested Pink Floyd on YouTube as of yet for me, but I'll take that suggestion. Do you have any particular song? Only Me, and I don't know your name. If you have any, okay, you're in for a treat. Is that a song, or are you saying I'm in for a treat? I love treats. Rick, where are you from? I don't know if I don't know if you've joined one of my earlier lives. Have you? The name sounds familiar. So now that I've done my live for today, I don't think I have any more excuses. I'm going to start off recording probably another video or two for the next 2 days, if not just one. And I was thinking that I want to check out a couple of new Asian bands too. Somebody given me a suggestion for 2 other bands. And I've also wanted to listen to more of AC/DC. It's an Australian rock band. I did one of their reactions, but unfortunately it got blocked. But I think now I think it's still viewed. Certain people, certain countries can still view it. But I was very upset when it got blocked throughout the world. AC/DC was incredibly fantastic. I don't have words. I was constantly, if I was given a chance, I'd just go and dance all around the place. Just that interesting. Hi, Lincoln Lewis. Welcome to my channel. Jamaica. Okay. Jamaica. I have a couple of friends actually who live in Jamaica, but I don't know. Kingston. Is Kingston your capital? I can't remember. Nice to meet you too, Ian. Oh, yeah. Ian is actually in that Only Me, Ian 58. Okay, that's not the name of the song. Well and good. I will pick a song from Pink Floyd for sure. Kingston, right? Yeah. I hear it's a very beautiful place, Jamaica. I've never been so much into, uh, even though I live in a coastal city, I have personally, all these years, maybe the last few decades, couple of decades, I haven't really thought of seaside resorts or beaches that have allured me. It was always the mountains. It was always the mountains that were calling me. But off late, I don't know if it's probably something to do with uh, the age, end of 30s. Probably I have this calling for the ocean. It feels like, something is calling me. So I've been looking up a lot of seaside resorts, and even in India, within India as well. So yeah. So I did watch a couple of vlogs on Jamaica. There was another YouTuber who posted a beautiful vlog of, because she lives in Jamaica. Yeah, mountains is beautiful, right? I love the mountains. Probably because I live in a tropical city. We have four seasons in the city that I live in. I live in the southernmost of India, southernmost tip of India, southernmost state of India, and on the eastern coast by the Bay of Bengal. It's super hot. So our seasons are summer, more summer again, and then summer. So it's just 4 seasons, jokes apart. But yeah, summer is primarily there for us, very humid summers. But August, this part of the year is relatively pleasant and it's nice. And Decembers are the so-called winter, December, January, wherein, I don't know in Fahrenheit, but in Celsius, Decembers are between 20 to 25. And you should see people walking around with sweaters and mufflers and all of that in the early mornings because it's chilly for us. Okay, Wish You Were Here. The song from the album, the same name. Headphones recommended. Of course, the one that you saw was Disturbed. Ian, you saw Disturbed, which was done in February 2019 when I did not even know that I had to wear something on the for the ears to listen. I didn't know that the audio output would be so bad, which I realized much later. So I think for the last few months, maybe 7, 8 months, I've been making sure that my audio output is much, much better than before. So, but yes, point noted. Is there anything else that you would like to know? What else would you like to listen to? Pink Floyd is one. Rick and Lincoln, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Or if you want to know anything, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer. Yep. So I've been breaking the reason that I started posting every day was that I wanted to hit a 2,000 subscribers. Now, I've never, this is not to boast, but I've never really had to post everywhere on my Facebook forum or Insta or wherever on my personal forums, this is my channel, please hit the like. No, I don't like doing that. I wanted people to find my channel, see my reactions. If they like it and if they think that they will watch it, that's when people subscribe. And I think whoever have been with me have mostly stuck to this channel and they've been very, very patient as well. So, but I realized that it was my mistake as well for not posting consistently, and therefore there wasn't any growth that I could see. And now I have the time in the world. I know I can do it, and that's why I've been trying to focus, give more attention to this channel. David Bowie. Yeah, I've heard of David Bowie too. I think I've watched something of David Bowie. Okay, let me just take it down. I love country. I love country. So, George Strait. Okay. I love John Denver. I don't know if you've heard of John Denver. I love John Denver songs. And also, I don't know, George Jones does country as well. I'm not sure. Okay, David Bowie is one. George Strait is another one. Great. Thank you for the suggestion. So I have Pink Floyd, and then I have a Pink Floyd, David Bowie, and George Strait. Okay. Wish You Were Here. Is that a very emotional song, Ian? Wish You Were Here sounds like it. Yeah, George Jones. I still remember the song that I reacted to was so. I was in tears. Yeah, it really was in tears. I can't remember the name of the song now, but it's about losing a loved one or something like that. Waiting. Yeah. Yeah, George Jones. Phenomenal voice, right? Yeah, thinking about his voice right now. Yeah. Some of these singers, musicians from the 60s, 70s, I thought had the best. Honestly, some of those bands probably are still to date the best bands that I've ever listened to. I don't think any new bands or musicians can ever match up to the level of um, I don't know, that high level of competency that they all possessed back in the 60s and 70s. I used to love Beatles. I used to love, I still do. I love Bee Gees. I love a lot of those bands from that time. Queen, I love Freddie's. Yeah, Queen is one of my favorites too. He stopped loving her, yes. Stop. Yeah. Correct. That that song also is something that I could surely, yeah. I think everybody, all of us could relate to certain songs such as these, right? Which song is really intense and emotional? Yeah, you stop loving her. I somebody had left a comment on that song, on that reaction, that it's probably something to do with his wife or ex-wife, or there are so many stories that everybody gives about all of these musicians. Sometimes it's very, very difficult for me to remember every single detail that people give. But it's always nice to read stories at that moment, at least to know that something about those musicians if you already don't know. Yeah. So if there's anything else, I'm going to be around for another 3 or 4 minutes. And I know y'all have been staying up with me for the last 25 plus minutes too. Thank you very much. But if you have anything else that you would like to know, you'd like to talk about, I'm more than happy to stay around. Just that it always, after a point of time, it always gives me a feeling if I'm using up too much of people's time. Time is precious at the end of the day. I'm almost the end of my day here on Monday. It's late in the evening. I'm done with all my chores at home. So it's almost bedtime. But for some of you, it probably is still the start of the day, midday, etc. When's my next live? Good question. I am still thinking whether it should be twice a month live, or I this is probably my third or fourth time that I'm going live, so I don't even know what timings work for people. Sometimes when I did, there were about 12 to 15 people who joined in once, I think the first or second time. And or I don't even know if I should schedule something so people have the time to figure out or mark it on their calendars. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm 4.5 hours ahead of UK. So right now the time out here is 10:58 in the evening. So for me, timing is not a problem. I have done live at 2 a.m., 2 to 3 a.m., 1 hour live, and sometimes 3 to 4, I think. Yeah. So I'm still trying to figure out what works for my people who are subscribed to this channel and others. So yes, PM, 10:58 p.m. So I'm in India, so I'm ahead of all of you. So another hour from now, I'm already on the 11th of August. So which part of UK are you from, Ian? Lincoln, 128. So that should be somewhere in the East Coast, right? EST. Dover. Okay. Dover is where the coast, right? Dover. Yeah. We normally, I think, take our ferry from Dover, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. We take the ferry from, now everything feels like so new to me. Yeah, I think Dover. Ferry from there to Calais to France. My personal favorite is definitely folk and country. Yeah, I love ballads. I love country. So that's when one of my favorite uh, country musicians is John Denver. And I like a bit of pop as well, you know. Yeah. Metal is something that I've just been introduced to. For me, back in my teenage and early 20s, metal was something I always thought that I would never enjoy, or it wasn't my kind of music. Uh, Metal and trance were meant for people uh, who are the party goers, the night animals, and that was the kind of perception that I always had. But it's amazing. Some of these bands I really enjoy. Yes, yeah, Kent. I've heard of Kent too because right. No rap. No rap is not my thing as well. Not really. In between, a bit of rap is still okay. I can stand it, but not so much. And I also don't understand hip hop so much. Probably, I love the way I love. I like to watch hip hop as dance, but the lyrics, I it's not so often that I understand so quick. I really have to take my time and figure out what are they saying. That's not something. Yeah, but pop and country folk is something that I like. Blues, yes, once in a way too. And rock, yeah, rock, of course, rock. Yeah. But personal favorite, yes, it's still country and folk. Okay. So I haven't forgotten George Strait, David Bowie, Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Yeah, maybe a generational thing. I can't understand most rap and hip hop. Probably. I don't know which generation you belong to, but I definitely don't belong to the generation that I am from. People always tell me that I'm very old school. When I start telling them that I love ABBA, I love Beatles and this band, that band, they're like, you're so old school, you know? Wow. Okay. Yeah, so I can imagine hip hop and rap. No, that's not my thing too. Iron Maiden. Yes, somebody suggested Iron Maiden too. I haven't had the chance to check them out yet, but I will. Uh, yeah, I'm sure people are nice. It's just the genre of music that sometimes you tend to not like it so much, but I guess people are always nice. Of course, nothing wrong at all. I think I'm, yeah, I think I'm old school in a lot of things. Yeah. My values, uh, it's a mix, I would say. Yeah, it's a mix. Melodious and tells a story. So true, right? Yeah, very true. Melodious and lyrics that you can understand. Sometimes I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something if it's only Indian language or any other language or even English, but at least in our languages, Tamil or Hindi or any other languages, the songs from the past, let's say 60s, 70s, 80s, you could you could love a song, you could even till today remember the entire song by its lyrics only because it's got meaning to the lyrics. But these days we have songs where there's absolutely no meaning to lyrics. Lyrics are atrocious. I can't even begin to tell you or explain how atrocious those lyrics are. That you tend to forget all of those lyrics after a point of time. That's very sad. So the two of you, there's one more, Rick. How? No, I wouldn't ask how old, but yeah, I'm the youngest, so I still have time, but I'll get there very soon, I guess. Yeah, Indian music is really good. In fact, I've been thinking if I should do. There's this new Indian. mashup done by a very young band of musicians. They're all very, very talented musicians. They've been singing from their young age. I've been seeing them for the last 10, 15 years. They were all 10-year-olds and 8-year-olds going in for reality shows, and now they've become playback singers for movies. And they've made this amazing mashup video. I really want to react to it and try and showcase them to the rest of the world. At least for people to know. But I don't know if people will really enjoy it or not. But I was thinking if I could listen to Japanese songs and Chinese songs and others, why not something Indian, right? Yes, it's interesting how people who actually moved out from India, like there are people who moved out to the UK and the US and Canada and other places. Most of them actually still follow a lot of traditional cultural values that some of us don't even follow back in India these days. So it's very interesting. Probably they don't want their children to forget their roots. I don't know. I guess they have their own reasons, and it's always nice to go back to your roots and for you to know what or where you're from, what you were, or what your forefathers were doing, and what's your culture and traditions, etc. Yeah. So, yeah, I said that I'll go away in 30 minutes, but it's 37 minutes. If I start talking, I can go on and on and on. So, I guess I'll take leave because I don't want to keep you all waiting and wasting your precious time. And it's been an absolute pleasure talking to the few of you who are here. It was amazing. Thank you so much. And I hope to catch you all live once again someday. Maybe, I don't know if weekend works or weekday works, but I will make sure that I plan out today and I will post it out so that you know when I'm going live again. Yes, I think I will have another live very soon. Yeah. No, the funny thing is, see, I told you I talk a lot. The funny thing is, hip hop, I haven't even done even a single reaction. And it's also very interesting that I haven't got a single request for any hip hop song. I still have a whole big backlog of songs to be reacted to. And I don't think any of those songs are hip hop. I know for a fact. But there are a lot of other, yeah, metal and, um, but I'm taking it slow. I'm trying to give a change as well. Like my last week, all the songs were melody. It wasn't, yeah, it was just plain melody. So I took a break from metal. Now the last week was pure melody. This week, I still haven't decided. I probably will do something different, or maybe do some lighter stuff like Try Not to Laugh or comedy series, etc. So, yeah. Lincoln, that's Ian for you. Yeah, it was such a pleasure talking to all of y'all, and I hope to see you once again on my live. And do stay tuned. If you've not hit that subscribe button still, please show me some love. Hit the subscribe button, share it to your friends, family, and relatives, etc., etc. I'm not going to say all of that. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you, guys. Good night, everyone. Have a nice day. Ciao, ciao.